Hey y'all, it's Steve, Hobo with Wood. Lightburn released 2.1. It's no longer a release candidate, and they have introduced a new feature that I didn't talk about before, and they've introduced web tools, and specifically at this point, they've integrated Cuttle. If you don't know Cuttle, stick around, come on back, and we'll cuddle. So I was introduced to Cuttle quite some time ago. One of the many supporters had said that, hey, check out Cuttle. Cuttle's pretty cool. And I did, and it is pretty cool if you really don't want to spend a lot of time designing your own piece. Now, they do have design capabilities that I haven't fully explored yet, but what most of my viewers, you guys and gals, have told me that you really enjoy about Cuttle is the fact that it is customizable templates. So where I have a few templates on Hobo with Wood, mine are not typically marketed as templates so much as they are projects. But Cuttle is actually customizable templates that you can use. And now Lightburn has fully integrated it into Lightburn. And that's what we're going to look at. So without further ado, let's cuddle. So we go over to Lightburn. This is 2.1. And up in the top of the menu bar, right here, we see Web Tools. And if we click on Web Tools, the first and only option right now is Cuttle. Does that mean that there may be something or more coming? Possibly, don't know. But at this time, we have Cuttle. Now, first thing I should tell you, Cuttle is a third-party software. In fact, I don't know if it'll show up here now, but initially it showed up with a disclaimer that said, hey, this is a third party. They have their own charges, their own fees, their own memberships, all that stuff. It's not affiliated with Lightburn. It's just integrated with Lightburn. There is, I think, a 7-day free trial right now with this implementation and with the launch of 2.1 and to get you exposed to Cuttle. And I have the Cuttle Pro membership, I guess. So let's go over here now to Cuttle. Click on the menu item, Cuttle, and it will open up. Alright, so I did not get the disclaimer this time because I got it the first time. But here's telling us this is actually Cuttle's website we're looking at. In fact, I don't want you to see this. I'm going to come back over here because I want to build all this. Let's see here. Go away. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I do that. Is it not going to do? Well, this is interesting. I can't get it to do anything. The page is not responding. There we go. Finally. Okay, there was just a delay. A very long delay. I need to clear this out of here. Alright, there's the home page. Alright. So in fact, let me close that out and we'll open it again. Web Tools, Cuttle, and that's the Cuttle landing page if you are logged in. And I'm logged in, signed in as Hobo with Wood with the Cuttle Pro plan. In fact, let's log out so you can see all of this. There you go. There's where you land it if you don't currently have an account with them. And as I said, you'll get I think it's a 7-day free trial with Lightburn 2.1 to see how this works out. And interestingly enough, I have this on my website. I don't have it customizable like this. I show you how to do it, and that's the difference. And I contacted Cuttle prior to doing these videos and told them I was going to be showing this feature, and explained I teach you how to make these yourself from scratch. But even with that said, a lot of folks out there just don't want to spend the time doing it. It's a whole lot easier to grab these templates and use these versus creating from scratch. And I get it. You know, time is money, and sometimes, you know what, I'd rather spend the time cutting and painting and putting stuff together. I don't want to go through the design process. Well, I personally take great pleasure in the design process. Others may find it completely tedious and don't want to have anything to do with it. And that's where this fills that void, that need. So those who don't want to do the designing, they're not creative. They just don't feel like they can put together something as nice as someone else. And so here we are. So these are actually templates that you can use and customize. So I'm going to log in. I did right there. Alright, now that I've logged in, this is where we land. And you can see all these different types of projects that you can work on and work with. And there are bunches and bunches and bunches. Templates. They do have an area where you go in and learn and see what is available and how the site works. But I'm just going to go straight to templates. And I'm going to do one. And I want to do, this. I want to do the crossword sign. Because even though I really like to do my own designs, these are cool. And to do this, to design it with multiple family members' names and figure out a layout that it's going to work, that's not designing, that's playing Scrabble, and I hate Scrabble. But these designs are cool. So watch how easy this is, and I'm going to show you how you can use this template and then changing a couple of the settings, get different results with the same names. So let's open up this one. And this is the one that I want to use. I want to do the family names crossword sign. So let's customize this template. And I'm going to highlight all these existing names. Let's get it, there we go, and delete them. They're gone. And we don't want Nana and Papa. Let's do, I'm gonna make this one for a family member. And if you'll notice here, I did upper and lowercase, but it's doing all uppercase because that's what they need in order for it to fit in the to attach the letters to the outer frame. And we'll get rid of that and just say, there we go. Alright, now I need to add names. So I'll go back up here and I'm going to put in let's see. Okay. So and I don't particularly care for that particular layout. Now, what would be nice here is if, and you had, and this, this is a suggestion for you at Cuttle. I had this same suggestion to Lightburn, and Lightburn actually created and implemented it in their variable array, the array tool where you can create variable positioning. So it'd be nice if there was an option here where you can go click on it, and this would be key or suggestion 1. Click it and rearrange them. There's option 2. Click it. There's option 3. That doesn't exist right now, but we can change this layout. Check this out. Right now, it's got this suggested layout because this is one possibility that they've been able to come up with that fits within this 10-inch by 10-inch area. But you know what? Let's come over here to the height, and let's change that to 9 inches. And there, it's then changed. And let's try 8 inches. All right, I like that one. I like that one a little better because this is mom or papa and mama, eldest son of Stephen, and then the eldest daughter and the youngest daughter of Hannah. I like that. I like how that worked out. So, if that's what I want to do, and that's an 8 by 10, that's not terrible. And I could resize it once I get into Lightburn, but that's an 8 by 10 format right there. And I'm going to say send to Lightburn. I don't know what all these different here. You can change your different settings, your different letter spacings, and all that good stuff. But that's the default right now is good for me. So I'm going to send to Lightburn. And that quick, that simple, it sent in that design into Lightburn in 3 different layers. This layer here is going to be a score line to mark where it needs to be glued to the backboard, and these will be a fill layer so you get your engraving of your tiles, and then it'll score between them to show you definition between the lines, and then you got your individual tiles and the cut, and it's going to be cut out into one piece that'll fit right on there. And then these are cut out and welded to your outer frame. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool and pretty easy. You just have to set your speed and power settings for your laser, and with 2 pieces of material, you've got a finished piece. I like that. And that was quick and that was easy. And that's the beauty of using something like Cuttle. You don't have to be creative. You don't have to spend a whole lot of time redesigning the wheel. You see what they have to offer, and man, how fast that brought into Lightburn. It was instant. And that's from my experience, I do not see a problem with this file at all. That's one big problem I have with a lot of files you find online. Once you bring them into Lightburn, they're not Lightburn friendly, and there's a whole lot of problems with them. But this one is a pretty simple design, and I'm going to go make it now. So I got it cut out, and I did one thing. I painted it, and I also put a sealer on the top layer. I painted the backboard. It turned out really nice. I'll do a little easel for this to sit on, so it can be a little shelf setter. I started to put a hanger on it, but I think it'll look better just with a little easel to support it. But it turned out pretty nice. Now, I did learn a trick that I'm going to share with you, but I think it turned out well. I painted the backboard white and then put just a nice clear lacquer finish on the natural wood. But the one thing I thought about doing when I cut it out, and then failed to remember to do when I went to assemble it, keep your waist. This is the cutout for the name piece. And I painted the backboard, and then I glued the outer perimeter up. Easy peasy, simple line up. It's got 4 corners. It's squared up, lined up, done. But this is a floating piece. You do have, in fact, now that I think about it, let's go over here and look at this. You have a line here that's the blue layer that you engrave, and it's on the piece that I painted white. Come on. But you don't need that. I just realized that's actually a complete waste of time. This is all you need. You glue your outer frame on there, and then you put this back on in position. And then, let's see, yeah, there we go. I had it upside down and backwards. But once you put that on in position, then there is your template for you need to glue up the name piece. You don't need that extra engraving line on there. And by doing that, it ensures it being square and in proper position. And if it's not exactly, you don't have a line showing that you missed it. Like I've got, see above the S there? I got right there. I just missed it by about 1/8 of an inch. And the paint, actually what I do is when I paint, I'll put my stuff in position while the paint's wet and let the paint actually work as a glue. And by the time I put it down there, it was too late. It was stuck. But regardless, this is out of Cuttle. It worked out really nice, real easy, pulled into Lightburn, simple, easy. And like I said, I would take that line out of there and use that as my template for glue up, and it's golden. But it works flawlessly. The implementation of the web tools and Cuttle, and the fact that Lightburn has put that under a separate drop-down menu called Web Tools tells me they're probably planning to implement other tools and features like Cuttle that'll fall under that same menu. So that's something to look forward to. So thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll continue to learn and develop with Lightburn as it does. So I'm Steve, working with Lightburn 2.1.0. I'm Hobo with Wood, and I'll see you in the next video.